Okay, so welcome everyone one more time. Thank you for being here. It's really great that you've taken time out of your day to come together and learn with us today. It's very important for us to connect between our in-person sessions, and this is a really great way to do so and also to learn from each other. So at first, just a couple housekeeping things. I want to make sure that everybody knows how to get to the chat, which I think at this point everyone's typed into. But just in case, can everyone find the chat icon on their screen and just type hello or howdy or something to let us know that you know where the chat is. Okay. It looks like everyone who's on has typed into chat at least once, so you know where you all know where it is. So if something comes up while Mike is talking that's really quick, like, oh, what did he say or which tool did he mention, you can type your question into chat and I'll answer it for you so it doesn't interrupt the flow of his presentation. But if you have a more in-depth question, you want to ask something like a follow-up on something he's told us about, you can type those things into the Q&A section. So next to the chat icon, you'll actually find a Q&A icon. And when you click on it, you'll be able to put in questions that are more in depth. And Mike can decide when in his presentation it makes more sense to answer them. And he'll also stop every once in a while and ask if you have questions. And then if you do, you can type them into chat or into Q&A. So in this case, without further ado, I will mute myself and let Mike take it away.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Michael McCann. I work at Sheikh Hillel as a 5th grade teacher. And I'm here to talk to you today about 5 tech tools for formative assessment in the classroom. I'm going to try and be flipping back and forth between my slide presentation and myself. I'm going to go ahead and try to do that now. I do have a bit of a cold. I'm sorry about that. Count yourself lucky that we're not in person here. All right. So 5 tech tools for formative assessment. All of the materials that we're going to go over today, I've provided a link here for you. The materials icon is hyperlinked as well. There's a QR code for you if you would like to. I'll give you a second right now to, if you have an iPad or your phone or what have you, take a quick picture on the screen of the QR code if you want to follow along. I'll put this back up at the end as well.
And Mike, could you drop that link into the chat box so that they can click on it? Is that possible? Thank you.
Let's see if I can do this. All right.
Great, thanks.
Okay. So I want to take a moment to talk about Kahoot and quizzes very quickly. They can be used formatively. They require a little bit more extra time. So it sometimes is more of a summative assessment, but I'll go over them rather quickly to begin with. Oh, sorry. And then I have 5 other tools that we're going to go over in the presentation: Google Forms, Poll Everywhere, Padlet, Answer Garden, and Socrative. Okay. I do want to take a minute to go back to the chat and ask you, does anyone have experience with Kahoot quizzes? Do you know what it is? Anything like that? Yes. Okay. Okay. Some experience with Kahoot and quizzes. All right. So as far as Kahoot and quizzes are concerned, it's an online platform where students can sort of, through their own one-to-one device, whether it's their phone, their iPad, some sort of tablet, what have you, Chromebook, they can play sort of like a quiz show. It has 4 answer choices that the students are allowed to do, and you can see a leaderboard after each question. And it will grade you for, it'll grade it for you on the back end. Everything that we have today does have some sort of teacher reports that you can run to see. And then I've included in the materials, the link is a link to the folder. I have a folder that has all kinds of reports and things that you can see what it looks like for Kahoot and quizzes. When you log in, let's see if it'll do it. You have sort of a teacher game pin that you give the kids. This is all that they see. They type kahoot.it onto their device, whatever it is. You give them the game pin and they use that to log in. When I've given this session before, I have, let's see. When I've given this session before, I'm sorry, 1 second. I have played Kahoots and quizzes with people. Is that something we're interested in? Cannot see a screen share right now. Am I? Let's see. Kahoot? I'm sorry?
Now we can see the screen share.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
When you log in, students see this. It's very simple. You give them your game pin from your teacher end of it. They enter the game pin and they get to start playing the game. It's very simple. It can be used with younger children because their answer choices on their own device is just 4 little squares that they touch that correspond to the answers that you project on the board. Alrighty. I did ask a question. Are we interested in playing a Kahoot? Let's see. I'm just gonna move on. Quizzes is very similar to Kahoot. Are we, let's see, make sure I'm screen sharing this.
Yep, we can see your screen now.
Kahoot and quizzes are very similar. Quizzes works in the same way. You get a 5-digit code that you give to the students. It has, again, 4 answer choices that the students get to select. And there's a leaderboard. This one is a little bit more engaging and interactive with them. From what I've found in my classroom, the students really like it. When they get an answer correct, it gives them on their screen like an emoji that says, you know, awesome, good job. You know, the kids really like it. And then again, the same thing on the leaderboard that you project in the front of the room. You know, you can see who's doing well, who, you know, did superior on the last question, what have you. Are there any questions about Kahoot or quizzes? Let's see. I have one in here. I haven't used quizzes. Do you have a bank as well as the ability to create a new quiz? Oh, fabulous question. So you can make your own Kahoots. You can make your own quizzes. Or there's an area in the teacher side that allows you to sort of steal or borrow from other teachers. There's ones that are already pre-made that you can choose. You can edit them. You can tweak them. however you choose. I've had students even create their own Kahoots, create their own quizzes at the end of a unit, at the end of, you know, any sort of lesson that we're doing, instead of flashcards, what have you, to show what they've learned. I've used, you know, I've done it both ways. I've made my own to use in the classroom with vocabulary words in social studies, or I've also borrowed. We did a unit recently where we read the book Among the Hidden in my 5th grade classroom, and there was a quizzes already prepared. The results are actually in the materials for you. There was a quizzes already prepared for vocabulary terms in chapters 6 through 10 in the book Among the Hidden. So we just used that. We studied the vocabulary words as a part of our unit, and we played the quizzes just, you know, for fun and to use as an assessment at the end of those chapters. Alrighty. Let me go back to my presentation here. Starting with Google Forms. Alrighty. So Google Forms is great. If we don't mind, I'm just going to leave it in the screen here. I've been having issues with going back and forth from the presentation view. For Google Forms in the classroom, Google Forms is a great way to collect formative assessment data before a lesson, within a lesson, after a lesson. I've used them as pre-assessments for students. I've used them as exit tickets. Google Forms actually already has an exit ticket built into their platform. They have some templates that you can use. And it collects all of the data that, you know, you are asking for. The Google form, I'm going to go over here and show you. This is the folder that I've shared with you of materials. The form that they have looks like this. And it's part of the Google Education suite. It you know, is out there in the templates of forms that you can use. This is just a basic exit ticket. It's what Google thought teachers would use as an exit ticket, where students put their name in. Make sure when you use Google Forms that you do that students put their name in there. It is, at the end of the day, technology, and I've made this mistake before, not asking very first thing for name, because when you go to look at your results, the students will just have answered what you put out there, and if you didn't say to put your name, you'll have a stack of 17, 20, 30 answers and not know who answered what. So make sure you put the name in there. Email, I mean, whether or not you want that or not. And then they have 3 questions. What's one important thing you learned in class today? Do you feel prepared for today's lesson? Why or why not? What would make today's lesson more effective? And again, you can tweak this, do whatever you like with it. If you like to just use this at the end of your lesson, go for it. Or I've used Google Forms for other things as well. They have, again, in the templates, one called assessment. So you can have the students put their name, some quiz questions, some options for their questions, what have you. This is just what it looks like when you start to assemble it. And then the Google form will tabulate all of your answers for you, and it uses a date and a timestamp. I've also used Google Forms in the classroom as the bathroom pass, as the restroom pass, where students took our iPad from the classroom, they scanned a QR code, which linked to a Google form. They dropped down their name, and that was all they had to do. They just had to click on their name. And so on my side, when I saw the report, I saw who left and at what time from my class. So, I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can do with Google Forms. Do we have any questions about Google Forms? I'm just going to take a second here. Okay, I'll move on. So do take a look at, the examples that I've provided for you. It automatically will tabulate, like I said, your results. This was from when I gave this presentation back in November. I had the participants try and do a Google form, and these are, their answers. You can search, you can, edit it however you like. Google Forms also will provide you with graphs and things. Let's see, does the exit ticket work like a Google Doc where the student gets it through email? Good question. So when you set up your Google form, let me just go, let's do one right now. Let's see. When you go and you create a new Google form, let's see. Yes, I will put it in that folder, not a problem. You're gonna click, when you're finished typing all your stuff, whatever question it is, you can update, how do you want the students to respond, short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, drop-down menu, what have you. When you are finished with it and it's done, you hit send, and you have some choices as to how you can share this with the students. You can email it to them right here if you have some sort of group already of your students' emails. You can create a shareable link, which is what I did with the materials for this session. I created a shareable link. So if you use something like Google Classroom, or even if you just email the link to them, it's fine. The email here will do the same thing. Or you can create a QR code, like I said with my restroom pass. You can take this link and use a QR code generator online to, give them a visual, give them the QR code that they scan with their iPad, or however it is you're set up. There's other options, of course, but those are the two ways that you're going to do it. Let me see. Okay. Any questions about Google Forms? I will try and stop after each one, just in case. Okay, let's continue. So let me get back to my presentation here. I'm going to be a super webinar person by the end of this, switching screens back and forth. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I had some pictures here for you. So this is what it looks like, that we saw the initial Google form, and you can customize it however you want, make it look pretty if you want to. Poll Everywhere. So Poll Everywhere allows you to take participation and take a poll in your classroom about, whatever you'd like. I do want to try and show this video if I can. It is 1 minute.
Welcome to Poll Everywhere. Create your first poll here. You'll see a pop-up with a sample question. As soon as you start typing your question, the pop-up will expand to show you the types of polls you can create. You can choose open-ended, multiple choice, or clickable image. Click the type of poll you want to create. Once you've made your choice, click Create Poll at the bottom of the pop-up. Multiple choice polls allow you to create specific response options like true or false or ABC answers. Open-ended polls let the audience respond with anything they like. Responses can be displayed as a live text wall, word cloud, cluster, or ticker. And finally, you can choose clickable image polls. The audience responds by clicking on an image via the web. You can designate clickable regions or let the participants click anywhere they like. And voila, you're polling with Poll Everywhere. Now start making your own amazing polls.
Okay, so I do want to take a moment just to say that everything we're talking about here today are free. They don't make you pay. Poll Everywhere does have, like many education things, they have sort of a free version and a you can pay more for more functionality. But the free version is totally, fine, usable. They also have a Chrome extension. So I have the Chrome extension into Google Slides. So when I present this, let's see. Okay, so here we go. Here's the example that I have given. What's your favorite color? The Chrome extension, if this poll was live, I haven't made it live, but if this poll was live, would allow you to see live in classroom responses from your audience, what have you, your classroom. Let's go to Poll Everywhere. And do one on there. I really like the functionality of Poll Everywhere. You can have students participate on their iPad, their Chromebook, even on just a regular laptop computer. As well, they can text message. So if, probably for high school, but if they're allowed to use their devices in that way, they can text a response to you. Okay. So here's some polls that I have. We've done, most of these are just to show, for example, like what's your favorite color? I have some responses in here. Let's see if they're still alive. Okay, so what is your favorite color? These are some responses from a past session that I've done. I would like to ask you, participants, if you could, to either text me your favorite color, and you do that by texting the number 37607, Michael McCann with only one N, 928, or you can go to pollev.com with the same link, Michael McCann, 1N, 928. Let me see, I will do it myself. Let me grab my phone. Three, 7, 6, 0, 7. Oh, I think I saw something.
Yes, that was me telling you that my favorite color is blue.
Woo. And the more responses that you get that are the same, this I have set as a word cloud, the word will get larger. So a lot of people have responded blue, that's why it's large. Not so many people red. Someone wasn't following directions in the last session and wrote love. There we go, pink got bigger.
Oh, blue and pink are fighting for it now.
So you could see how a whole room, I mean, there's only, what are there, 6 of us. You could see how a whole room would, be very exciting with this. You can ask whatever, questions you like. And as the answers come in, you can respond more than just one word. It can be short responses here, and it will all show up. And then again, like the lady said in the video, there's different ways that you can configure it to show your data. You can do, let me go back to my polls. You can do, where are they? Okay. You can do just like a little bar graph. I believe this one has it. So you can do just like a little, it'll show a little bar graph about percentages of who responded. So for this one, excuse me, favorite social media, Twitter, 14%, what have you. Are there questions so far about Poll Everywhere? Let me stop sharing. You can see me and I will check out if there's any questions.
We've also used Poll Everywhere and JBlend in some of our activities, so I think the majority knows a little bit about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must not
No,
have
don't be sorry.
been.
Just because we've used it doesn't mean we all remember it.
Okay, well, if there aren't any questions, I'll move on. Our next assessment tool, I did have on here, I will show you when I share again here. I did have on here Answer Garden. It's similar to, oh, I'm sorry. Our next two are Padlet and Answer Garden. These two, Padlet and Answer Garden, are similar to each other. That's what I meant to say. They provide a digital wall where students can participate with your lesson. You can use this to pose a question, you know, in the middle of your lesson. If you have a quick question and want to see if students know the answer to it, you can have in the background on your board the Padlet or the Answer Garden open, and students can respond. So here's some examples. This is a Padlet. I guess it's first grade fun, and it's very customizable. I like Padlet the best. It just has, you know, cool colors and walls and things. Answer Garden is kind of bare bones, but it does the same thing. Here's another example. Students can, like on this one, they can write words, or they can put a picture. They can even link a video if it's something like that. I have used it within lessons as well. I have used it sort of as a homework because it's always live. So if you give the students the link to your Padlet, you can have it sort of ongoing. It can be, you know, sort of in the olden days, there was like a parking lot. You'd put the parking lot on the board, and you give the students a post-it, and they put their name and the questions that they had for you in the parking lot, and you could get to them, you know, as you see fit. This is like a digital parking lot. You know, you can use it in that way. I have used it in that way where students, you know, through a unit, a whole, you know, couple month unit, have added to the Padlet with their questions and their concerns, or here's a cool video about what we're learning about, and we can go back and address it. But again, for the purposes here, you know, it's an assessment tool that you can use live while you're going. To see how students are responding. You could also use it as an exit ticket, similar to the Google Forms, so that, you know, if you wanted everyone to see how everyone responded, Google Forms, only you would see the responses. But, you know, if you wanted everyone to add something to the lesson as an exit ticket and put it in the Padlet in the last 10 minutes of class, you could do that here as well. Let's go look at it, because it's pretty cool. Uh-oh. Well, I am just gonna create a new account for myself. Again, there's a free version to Padlet, and, you know, like everything, they ask you to upgrade, but the free version is good enough. So this is what it looks like when you first start Padlet with Padlet. It's good to know that you can use it as a link, but also they do have an app. So if you put the Padlet app on your students' devices on their either Chromebook or their iPad, what have you. They can use that. It's very easy. I've used it on the app on my phone to respond to Padlets before. You make a Padlet. This one's pretty. We're in the woods, I guess. They give it a cute little name here, my Radiant Padlet. Everything, is customizable. You can change it. Will it let me change it? Let's go to the settings. Here it is. So let's make it my webinar Padlet. You can, right here, you can have the responses be freeform. You can lock them to a grid if you like, sort of symmetry like that, or a stream, which is sort of like a blog. So as they come in, the oldest ones are at the top and the new ones keep pushing in. You can choose, what you want it to look like, again, what have you. Let's give it a try. Here is my Padlet address. What do I want to do? Let's see. I want to save it. And then I want to share it with my participants here. And let's see. We'll make it public. Oh, well, here's the QR code if you would like it. Let's see, copy the link. And I will put the link in the chat. Did that work, Tatiana? It says privately.
It did work.
Okay.
Oh, it worked to me.
You
You messaged it to me rather than to everyone. Try that one more time.
Okay.
Or actually, I can do it.
Everyone?
I can do it. Oh, it's there twice. We've got it.
Okay. So if you could click the link and then, you can say whatever, hello, your name, if you want to do your favorite color. Maybe I asked you a question. Let me double check here. Okay, so we have a couple of responses. Let me show you. Hi, Mari. Hi, Tatiana. Blue and green. Wonderful. If you do have a question about Padlet, put it here on the Padlet. So if you need even one more thing to do, I know, if you could, something I'm interested to know, we're about halfway done here, is there anything that I've presented so far, Kahoot, quizzes, Google Forms, Padlet, Poll Everywhere, that you could see yourself using, or how would you use it in the classroom? You can add that either to the Padlet or to the chat, we'll find it. Oh, there's more down here. I'm interested in using Kahoot. Wonderful. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna check the chat here. Kahoot for review, exit tickets for the end of the lesson. Yeah, I absolutely love Google Forms as an exit ticket, and then it holds on to you or holds on to the information for you. And old school before I had, devices in my classroom. I was ripping up recycled paper and having a little square of paper this big that I was collecting from students as exit tickets. And then, you want to look at them and use them, but then they're falling, in between the cracks of the papers on your desk, what have you. In Google Forms, it's always there, and it's always going to be there for you if you want to go back tomorrow, a week from now, whatever.
It looks like there's also a question in Padlet about Kahoot.
Oh, sorry. Let's see. I'm interested in using Kahoot, and the one where you put all the colors in the middle. What was that one called again? The colors in the middle. Oh, that was Poll Everywhere, where we were voting on our favorite color. Padlet could be great for taking the temperature of a room on some topic. Yeah, absolutely. You can use Padlet in the beginning to ask, like a KWL, what do you already know about something you're going to learn, and you can have the students respond and address them live within your lesson. Let me go back here. Alrighty. Kahoot and Google Forms. Okay. Now, in the interest of time, I do want to get going. So, our next, I'm going to share with you, our next, my controls are out of control here. Our next tool is Socrative, okay? And that's actually our last tool. So, Socrative, I like a lot. I want to show you today some specific things with Socrative that you can do formatively. Socrative is very similar to Kahoot and quizzes, where there is a section of it where you can do multiple choice answering and the student's race, and very much the same as Kahoot and quizzes, which is good, and it provides reports for you. It's wonderful. But what I want to show you specifically is right here, the quick questions, multiple choice, true, false, short answer. So it requires absolutely no preparing ahead of time. Like we said with Kahoot and quizzes, you have to at least go in there and steal something from someone and edit it and have it prepared ahead of time. For this one, for Socrative, you can do it right away. Maybe it was something that you weren't planning to ask. You want to ask a very quick pulse of the room, true false question in the lesson, and formatively assess the students in that way. So when you do it, or if you were to do it, you're going to go to Socrative, S-O-C-R-A-T. That's it. And you're going to log in. Teacher login. Come on, teacher login. Okay, so here's my room. And again, just like you saw in the presentation there, you have these very simple options. Quiz and space race are what I was talking about, where you multiple choice, quiz the students. They do have an exit ticket, so we'll go over that. But like I was saying with the quick questions, it's really cool. I'll ask you right now, if you can, on your device, either your tablet or your phone, to go to Socrative.com. When you do it, you're going to say that you're a student, because for these purposes today, you're a student. And then when it prompts you, you're going to enter my room name, which is MDHJDQHV. I don't have any control over that. That's just what they gave me. Let me click true false here. So you can see live as students respond. I'm going to ask you true or false. Did you learn anything new that you can take away to your classroom today from this webinar? True or false? I guess. Oh, yay. So 2 students have answered. You can see it up here. 2 out of 3 have answered. Someone, you know, even though it might not be true, can someone hit B for false just so we can see it go? Maybe Tatiana?
I already answered.
Oh, it won't allow you to do it again?
No, it will not let me answer again.
Let me do it then. I'll take out my cell phone here and I will go over to Socrative. And there's an app for this as well. So you can put the app on your phone. I have it on my phone, or you can put the app on an iPad or a Chromebook, what have you. Let me see, Socrative. And then I'm gonna click, I'm a student. It's working slowly, of course. Well, let me answer the next one. So thank you, all 3 people who answered that it was true. You learned something. Wonderful. Let's finish this. Once I hit finish, in the reports, I will have a report of exactly what we did. So it will say those 3 people and what they responded to my true-false question. You'll have to remember what your true-false question was, since it doesn't ask you to put it in there, but it will give you a report of who said what. You can do the same with a short answer and people can respond, or a multiple choice. You know, maybe you have a very quick question, A, B, C, D, and students can respond and you'll see it live. They also have an exit ticket. So this one, Google Forms, you would have to do at least a little bit of before the lesson, setting up the Google form and sharing the link with students. Here's what I like about Socrative. You don't have to do that. You can use their preformed exit ticket right here, right now. And it'll collect all the information from the students, same as the Google form will do, but you wouldn't necessarily have had any time to prepare it ahead. So just the same, I haven't had any time to prepare this exit ticket. I just clicked on it right now. If you're still in my classroom, can you answer the exit ticket? Now the last one is what, it prompts you what question from your teacher. So, you know, put your name, I guess. My question is, what is your name? So you do have to remember that the last one is, you know, it wants a question from the teacher. MDJDQ, I'm still trying to get in myself. HV, join. And you can see it live, so you can choose to show this to the students if you want to. I mean, if you don't, I don't think that I've done it before where I show it live. I'll go to my computer and click on it and we'll use it. You know, put the name of the room, MDHJ, whatever, and the students respond, but you know, I'll minimize the window so that they don't see what each other are responding. Alrighty. How well did you understand today's material? I totally got it because I presented. What did you learn in today's class? How to present a webinar. Teacher's question, my name is Mike. Okay, am I up there? Wonderful. And you can see the progress, so I can see that I'm 100%. I finished all 3 questions, Tatiana too. Madi's still working, Mari's still working. Alrighty. Thank you, Madi. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't. And then again, once you're finished with this, you're going to hit finish because that's when it's going to generate the report for you. So it looks like all of us are finished. I'm going to hit finish. All right, and you can go right away to the reports if you want to. Let's go to the reports. Let's download the Excel file. Let's open the Excel file. It might not let me. No. Well, let's not worry about it then. You can always go back to reports over here. So here's our exit ticket from today. This is another way. Let's see if we can view the chart. I don't have Excel on my machine. That's why it didn't open up an Excel file right away. But if you were to have done it, you know, and you do have Excel on your machine, it'll open up the Excel file. The Excel file will look something like this. Let's go to the tools for today, Socrative reports. So it's color coded. It will show you exactly how the students did. This is a real example from my classroom a couple years ago. Same room number. All right. So come on. It's taking a minute here to load. If you do have any questions, we're about to wrap up, so please do put them in the chat. It'll show you each kid's name. I believe it gave them a color team that they were on. So this is actually a quiz that they did, so it shows you. And it grades it for you if you put the correct answers in there. So the red is an incorrect answer and the green is a correct answer. Let's see. Now these are just quizzes. It does not have the exit ticket. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to show you what the exit ticket is, but when you're in here, just under reports right here. So this is everything that I've done, whatever it is. It was a short answer, quick question, the exit ticket quiz, what have you. Okay, let me check. It says, if you don't have Excel, is it possible to download the Excel file and just upload it to Google Sheets? Yes, absolutely. There was a dark function on Socrative there that said Google Drive. If you had it linked up, you can just click Google Drive and it will go right to your Google Drive. I can try to do it here. Let me see, get reports. For some reason, for me, I have that I can email it, I can download it, but Google Drive is dark. It won't allow me to do Google Drive at this moment. But I've done it that way before, where I've hit Google Drive and it comes up in right away in Google Sheets. So you don't have to have Excel. Like I said, I don't have Excel on my machine. I just use the Google software. So I'm not sure why it's not working today, but you can hit Google Drive and it will become a Google Sheets document that you can use and manipulate in Google Drive. Let's see. Were there any other questions about today's presentation? I'm going to go back to the end of everything, close out all my windows here. Anything new on the Padlet? No? Okay. So there's some extra reading materials that I provided for you. They're in the shared folder. It's 5 fast formative assessment tools and providing students with meaningful feedback. They look like this. When you go to, you'll have my presentation here, 5 tech tools, and then here's the 2 reading assignments. This is some, you know, if you have a moment, they're good reads to help with formative assessment in the classroom that I've given for you. And then here is the shareable link again for my presentation. I will present it if I can. You know, and I've provided everything here in the folder for you if you'd like. Just if you use it again, you know, other than in your classroom, I just ask that, you know, give me credit, please. Okay, let me go back to the chat here and see, are there questions? Thank you for the resources. Oh, thank you. That's all I have for you. If you want to take it away, Tatiana.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Mike. I hope everybody learned something. I did, because I've never seen Kahoot before. So now I know one more thing too. Thank you everybody for coming. If you have any questions, anything follow-up wise, you can email it to me. and either I'll be able to help you or I will ask Mike if it's something that I'm not able to answer. So that is all. And I will actually post the recording of this webinar, probably not today, but tomorrow morning, so that people who didn't attend will get to see it. And if you want to come back and use something that you forgot, you'll also be able to do that. Okay, great. Thank you very much. And I will close out the webinar. Have a good day, everyone.